Here we go, guys. DRMZJOSEPH and MADREAMDY. Let's find out who's got the bigger dreams.
So I think DRMZJOSEPH is going to want to pre-ban the Yunhong of MADREAMDY and probably cycle Yunhong and Pontos. Likely going to be the pre-bans coming out from DRMZJOSEPH. If I'm MADREAMDY, I do not want to fight a lot of aggression, so I'm probably going to take out a Masha, maybe a Dominic, or some sort of Sagar if he's afraid of a Swift Sagar, which is going to present a lot of draft presence and make it very difficult to draft here. So I think that's the kind of the pre-bans we're looking at, and I think it's going to be a speed battle mixed with some sort of aggression. Definitely no turn 2 play from these guys.
Ooh, very interesting pre-ban here. Masha and the Dark Onimusha getting pre-banned out.
Okay, so if we see the Dark Onimusha pre-banned out, DRMZJOSEPH is definitely going to go in with some sort of aggression. We could see a Nana first pick still, as we've seen, but aggression as always. Going with the Dominic, and I think we're going to see some sort of Sagar, some sort of Oliver later in the match here to bring aggression. But DRMD going with a passive Juno and a Nana off the bat.
A very passive Juno, and as a first pick as well, which is super surprising. Moore and Connell are going to be coming out for DRMZJOSEPH.
Yeah, I mean, DRMZJOSEPH going with a very aggressive comp here. I know that Moore hits very hard. I've fought it many times, and that thing hurts. And the Cardinal, very tanky, does a lot of damage. Aggression all the way. Cardinal may not be the best into a Juno, but definitely good into whatever supports a Juno. So DRMZJOSEPH drafting aggressive as expected. I think I'm going to expect more damage coming out of DRMZJOSEPH later, but DRMD should be looking into a Pontos here, and Oliver at some point makes sense. So dropping the Oliver, dropping the Shizuka here makes sense from MADREAMDY.
Well, he's got that Nana on MADREAMDY's side of the field. I just don't know if he has enough aggression to gain those kind of orbs. We'll find out if that will be the downfall to MADREAMDY's draft, but we can only find out as we get into it. But Sekhmet being drafted by DRMZJOSEPH in one more pick.
Yeah, and if DRMZJOSEPH goes light on damage here, I would expect him to take out that Nana because he might not have enough damage to win over time. I do like that Changpong pick a lot, so he has the ability to basically lock down anything turn 1, get whatever opener he wants with the Changpong, with the Sekhmet, Dominic, Cardinal. Moore would be a great ban from MADREAMDY, but at the same time, there's a Sekhmet and Changpong you're facing down. So quite a stern lockdown coming out from DRMZJOSEPH. We do see that Pontos protection coming out, but if I'm DRMZJOSEPH, I'm probably banning out that Pontos here because it presents a lot of volatility. If it procs and protects his units, DRMZJOSEPH is dead in the water. So I think Pontos is now the ban. You could argue for Nana, but if he does ban the Nana, he's going to need to land on this Pontos.
All right, let's see those bans coming out here as we dwindle down this timer here. Bans are going to be the Moore and Oliver getting banned out.
Yeah, so it makes sense on the Moore here. Wants to disrupt that opening. And Oliver, an oppressive unit here. Interesting to see if not banning out that Pontos is going to bite him later.
Let's see what happens. We get into this match between DRMZJOSEPH and MADREAMDY. Sekhmet kicking us off here with a third skill.
And Sekhmet landing all the time, doing what my Sekhmet does not do. So DRMZJOSEPH bringing in the correct unit, able to reset that Pontos. So it's going to be a while before that Pontos is effective. And there's a lot of aggression coming out from DRMZJOSEPH.
See if MADREAMDY throws up the immunity here with that third skill. He does choose to do that, protect himself from the serious matter that could have came out from Changpong, of course. We're going to see Dominic. Let's see what kind of big numbers we can see from this unit.
Yeah, and DRMZJOSEPH does not know how to tune his box. You see that Cardinal moving in front of the Changpong here, so kind of an interesting choice here not to tune those units. And the Changpong does get stunned and is made of paper. It's going down really soon here. He's going to lose a unit really quickly.
Definitely. He's trying to, MADREAMDY trying to lower the cooldowns of his Pontos to make sure he has that protection up, pummeling the damage on top of this Changpong. I see Changpong not lasting much longer.
Yeah, Changpong's not lasting much longer. It does have a dot on it. DRMZJOSEPH is going to need a proc a million times. Nana does have an orb. Does not get another orb because that dot killed it. So kind of fortunate for MADREAMDY here, but I think I like MADREAMDY's position. DRMZJOSEPH does need a proc several times to come back.
Yeah, nice stun sitting on top of that Masha, but he is going to get a heal coming out of that Juno as well. So good value on the side of MADREAMDY right here. Dominic looking to pummeling that damage before that res. There's the cleanse popping up from the Juno, not able to confirm the kill.
Yeah, quite a big heal here, but we do have invincibility coming up from Pontos soon. Once that invincibility goes off, that's going to be a lot of protection for MADREAMDY. Besides, MADREAMDY's looking absolutely amazing in this match.
He really is, and keep in mind Shizuka is going to get that invincibility up even more, so the draft on the side of MADREAMDY looking very powerful.
Yeah, very powerful draft indeed from MADREAMDY's side. I mean, MADREAMDY pretty much can have his way here. There's another 1-turn, 2-turn invincibility across this field here. So DRMZJOSEPH, even if he procced, could not do anything.
Yeah, nice little despair stun, of course, going out onto that segment as well, keeping that unit back, being the only unit that can strip for DRMZJOSEPH. He's definitely going to pump all of his damage into segment, trying to remove that unit. Dominic trying to remove that Juno. Doesn't happen here, but Connell's going to be there to do the job. Last orb is going to drop here now that Juno's back.
Yeah, and that's a lot of stuns going up on DRMZJOSEPH's side here. So even if he did proc, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. There's 2-turn, 1-turn invincibilities again on MADREAMDY's side. MADREAMDY just looking so good in this match.
Oh, look at all that damage. Juno onto the Dominic. Dominic looks like he's going to be the unit to be taken down here, but he's trying to take advantage of that defense break sitting on top of the Cardinal. Damage continues to pump into that Dominic. Dominic looking to drop out.
Dominic definitely looking to drop out. It's pretty much dead at any moment here. Does heal, but that heal's not as strong as it used to be. And there's an orb on MADREAMDY's side, so MADREAMDY's sitting pretty here, looking very good.
Yeah, most definitely. There is the Pontos getting revived back with that last orb here, but check out this first kill from Juno. Drops that Dominic. Looking very good for MADREAMDY as he protects his units with that invincibility and immunity.
Yeah, and DRMZJOSEPH, the seasoned veteran, taking his sweet time here to exit the game here, just waiting for his Cardinal to die here while he thinks about what he should be drafting in the next match.
And there you have it, round one, MADREAMDY taking victory over DRMZJOSEPH.
Interesting way that match panned out there. I mean, when DRMZJOSEPH drafts like that, I would expect to see from a tuning standpoint that Changpeng moves in from the Cardinal, but as you saw that they were quite out of tune, so I'm not sure if the draft is going to work the way you would expect it to given the tuning of his team. So kind of interesting to see that, but again, MADREAMDY, that Pontos, just doing so much. Once that invincibility went off, there's nothing DRMZJOSEPH could do.
That's right. Being teamed up with that the Shizuka as well. Shizuka able to bring back all those buffs that the Pontos provides to the field. Just covers the ground so much. MADREAMDY focusing out the units that were able to strip there. Sekhmet not getting the kind of value that DRMZJOSEPH was hoping for. I really did like the Dominic. Just Dominic was not enough to help remove units from the field.
Yeah, I mean, that was a true Giga Chad, Dominic. I mean, you saw that drop that Pontos in one shot. I can't help but wonder if DRMZJOSEPH chose to pre-ban the Pontos instead of the Dark Onimusha if he would have had a better chance. I was expecting those to be his alternating pre-bans in this matchup here because that Pontos disrupts so much of his team given that he likes to play aggression. If you're expecting your Changpeng to be able to win there and do a lot of damage and counter the Pontos, your Changpeng needs to move a lot faster. That Changpeng is not tuned either, so I'm not sure if DRMZJOSEPH team is going to be able to take out whatever MADREAMDY has to bring today.
Well, here comes those very interesting pre-bans out here. We've got Oliver pre-ban, and we've got Dominic getting pre-ban, and MADREAMDY taking once again the Nana.
Yeah, I mean, that Dominic pre-ban is always good to take out. I mean, that did so much damage. Taking that Nana, so MADREAMDY likely going to be dipping into a Pontos Juno, Dark Onimusha later, that type of play here. We see DRMZJOSEPH going for aggression, taking a Cardinal into a Nana, and knowing that your opponent has a Dark Onimusha is kind of an interesting play.
Oh, more and a Cardinal out here for DRMZJOSEPH. He's hovering over a segment, looking to lock that in. MADREAMDY with the Juno and, of course, that Dark Onimusha.
I do not really like the segment pick here because Josephine's pretty good into a segment, and Dark Onimusha is pretty good into whatever already exists. DRMZJOSEPH is, it's okay to take the segment if you think a Pontos is coming out later, but you definitely need a little something to help you take aggression early, and that's exactly what he goes for. He goes for the untuned Changpeng.
It's so interesting. DRMZJOSEPH, with all the experience that he has as a seasoned veteran in America's Cup here, like fumbling through his units, trying to figure out what he wants here, going with a Changpeng in the end. But it's so strange to see someone like him not really, very unsure with what he wants to draft.
And I think MADREAMDY is teeing this up for a ban on the Moor and bringing in the Heigang, which is going to counter the Changpeng. It's good. I think either the Moor or the Changpeng are going to be banned. That's what he's teeing this up for. DRMZJOSEPH, I really like this Abuelio pick. It counters everything MADREAMDY has on the table except for that Dark Onimusha, which does so much burst damage. Not sure why he's pulling that back. I think the Abuelio would be a solid pick here. So we'll see if he decides to lock that in.
Yeah, I do like the Heigang and the Masha coming out of MADREAMDY. Definitely has a little bit of firepower. Three forms of defense breaks in place on DRMZJOSEPH's side of the field where he cannot cleanse that. And I couldn't agree more with you that Abelia is probably going to be the best thing to keep DRMZJOSEPH alive here.
Yeah, so as we thought here, either Moor or the Changpeng. Moor is out, but we have a Heigang basically hard countering this Changpeng. So MADREAMDY is going to do a lot of damage with this Dark Onimusha when it has a chance, and also has a Masha to pick off a unit along the way.
Well, HB leads for both of them. We're going to have a long one ahead of us. Sekhmet looking to get her value like she usually does. Is a skill 3 going to land this time? And it still lands true.
Wow, so Haegang's passive working against him here. Dark Onimusha basically now untuned with the team, all kinds of immunity up on DRMZJOSEPH. So DRMZJOSEPH counterattack is going to be very effective into MADREAMDY.
Yeah, double despair stun coming out from that Haegang as well. Masha looking to get some value with that big second skill. Lands the defense break, a very tanky Masha.
And we're going to see this untuned Changpeng do some magic here. It's probably on despair, which is why it's untuned. Let's see how much damage it does.
Not as much damage as we thought. We can't confirm the despair stun just yet. And we can see MADREAMDY trying to pummel that damage on top of Connell.
Yeah, this Dark Onimusha is taking a lot of damage. Might be dropping soon. Definitely drops there, made of paper.
Yeah, that's it for Dark Onimusha. That is gone and dusted here. We've got Oracles here. The Juno looking to cycle a little bit of attack bar, going after the Changpeng.
Yeah, MADREAMDY's kind of a weird spot. We do have that passive from Abuelio. It's going to do a lot. Going to be able to protect his team. And MADREAMDY should go for the snipe on the Changpeng. Should go for the snipe on the Changpeng here. Does go for it and does down the Changpeng.
Goes for that big snipe there, removing Changpeng from the field. There's a heal available for DRMZJOSEPH. I think he has to take advantage of this. Possibly get some provokes out here onto MADREAMDY's team there. And it does land on top of the Haegang.
Yeah, so now we have a stalemate between downing this Masha and this Abuelio that's going to heal his team. DRMZJOSEPH needs to take out this Masha, recognizes that, and is going for some auto attack damage here. But DRMD is going to want to take out that Cardinal, but has an Abuelio to deal with, which is going to do a lot of healing and also does a lot of damage.
Yeah, definitely a lot of damage indeed. We're going to see a reset coming out here, making sure that defense break isn't going to come out from that Masha. We're going to see MADREAMDY really struggling to take out that Cardinal as soon as possible. Does he get any despair stuns? No despair stuns coming through, but glancing does land.
Yeah, no despair stuns coming out there. I think MADREAMDY should have been a little bit more careful not tripping off the Abuelio, but decides to go for it, and that's okay. But that's a huge proc coming out from that Abuelio.
Yeah, big proc right there. He's able to get the dismount on top of the Masha. Things are looking a little bit better for DRMZJOSEPH with that Abuelio. If he can keep his Cardinal alive a little longer, potentially moving that Masha from the field, it's not over for
DRMZJOSEPH is going to do a lot of damage here. Does not take the Masha off the table. Not sure why he didn't go under the Juno, do a lot of damage here. So MADREAMDY is up to 3 units to 2 here, and that's a lot of damage that's going to come out over time from this Juno.
Yeah, definitely a lot of damage over time indeed. That additional damage coming out of Juno looking really, really good for MADREAMDY. Big heals coming out here. Can't help but poke that Abuelio because of the provoke. And there is DRMZJOSEPH trying to remove that Masha from the field.
Yeah, DRMZJOSEPH trying to remove that Masha. Masha gets a giant proc here and does so much damage to the segment.
Ooh, big proc there. Abuelio is able to take out the rest of that Masha. And we've got Haegang trying to kill. And never mind, Juno's going to be doing the job there, and it's just a lonely Abuelio with the sustain to try and take out 2 units from MADREAMDY.
Yeah, MADREAMDY does have a lot of damage. Does have a lot of damage coming from that Juno. It's a very well-ruined Juno, but again, this is an Abuelio that has a massive heal from it. Any proc is going to put him right back into the game.
That's right, and there's that proc right there, able to heal up his team. Not heal up his team, going for a wild blow to try and remove the Juno. Juno looking for despair stuns, not going to be happening here. Does go for the provokes. If the provoke lands on the Juno, may work in MADREAMDY's favor. No provokes landed.
Wow, and MADREAMDY not getting any stuns from that Haegang onto the Abuelio. DRMZJOSEPH with a very smart skill 2 earlier, picking back his HP so the pass can be tripped off again, and then getting the heal that way, being more turn efficient, is going to allow DRMZJOSEPH to take this game.
I don't know how MADREAMDY can win this. I'm not even sure all the despair stuns alive are going to be enough here, but that's exactly what he's trying to do. All the attack bar pushback with first skills is all MADREAMDY can do right now.
Yeah, there's nothing that MADREAMDY can do because Abuelio does have a heal and does automatically get its turn if the HP falls below 70%. So I mean, DRMZJOSEPH is just going to win. There's no way MADREAMDY has the burst to take this down.
Yeah, definitely not. He's trying to push back that attack bar. He is getting those despair stuns. Haegang coming through like a despair stun machine, but here's that violent proc. Wild blow coming through, finishing off that Haegang. DRMZJOSEPH taking round 2 away from MADREAMDY.
Wow, what a back and forth there. Always going down to the last units here. And I'm surprised that Dark Onimusha was so squishy. We really didn't see any presence from that unit at all. So basically from the get-go, this is a 3 versus 4. I would have liked to see that unit be a little bit tankier. It does need to eventually get a turn to do damage. That's how you do damage in this game. You got to take turns. That unit didn't really do anything there. So unfortunately for MADREAMDY, we weren't able to see him take out DRMZJOSEPH that match. That Abuelio just did too much, healed his team too much, and was very difficult to overcome.
It definitely was. We saw that as that 5th pick, and we had said that the Battle was going to be really, really good there, and it really was. The Battle was able to carry DRMZJOSEPH to victory in that round. It's going to be very interesting to see what the pre-ban is going to be going into this the next round here. Is DRMZJOSEPH going to pre-ban that Dark Onimusha again, or are we going to see something else?
Yeah, if I was DRMZJOSEPH, knowing that I use Masha, I use a lot of aggression, I have a Dominic, I would not pre-ban that Dark Onimusha at all. It's definitely not the pre-ban in this first matchup, which is why I thought in the opening match that that should not be a pre-ban. I think a Pontos really should still be that pre-ban here. You know, one thing I've noted here is I haven't seen MADREAMDY take his Yunhong at all, and I think a Yunhong would be an interesting thing to throw into this matchup and bring aggression back into DRMZJOSEPH, because that's not a unit that DRMZJOSEPH has. So I would really like MADREAMDY to think through that path and try that option here, but they might just be content to tweak how they've opened their first matches as well.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with the Yunhong. I think the Yunhong is going to be a great way to change the pace and kind of throw DRMZJOSEPH off. DRMZJOSEPH's already trying to feel out MADREAMDY right now, but if you do something like that, you're going to change whatever pace that DRMZJOSEPH had in mind and of a draft and kind of stop that predictability, because Yunhong is capable of a lot of things and, you know, really can create opportunities for your team.
Yeah, the Yunhong would also throw a lot of disruption into the more opening of DRMZJOSEPH and allow MADREAMDY to snipe off a unit, right? Throwing in a Yunhong into a Dominic or into a Masha, bringing in something else, a single target, take out DRMZJOSEPH's team might be more consistent. We do see that Dark Onimusha pre-ban, as we saw in the first one, so DRMZJOSEPH still respecting that unit.
Yeah, definitely. DRMZJOSEPH locking in that Masha. MADREAMDY hovering over the Nana. Nana getting prioritized as the first pick for a lot of people in yesterday's tournament and today's.
Yeah, Nana just bringing so much utility with the revive, stacking orbs, really gaining momentum, and then also AoE defense break, and then also if it's playing against me in the ladder, always stuns all 4 of my units. So just such a strong unit here, and MADREAMDY laying down a really good Juno, and then again, we see that same opening from DRMZJOSEPH into the Carnal.
I'm not too sure I like this Juno as a first pick here coming out of MADREAMDY. I feel like it's not something DRMZJOSEPH would be taking away from MADREAMDY. I probably would have went for a Dominic, because I did not want to have DRMZJOSEPH have the Dominic if I was MADREAMDY.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Stoic. That Juno here is already a little bit weak to that Masha, so may not need to be a pick this early. I do like that Chongpeng at some point just to take it away from DRMZJOSEPH, but that support from the Shizuka is a little odd. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Sagar coming from DRMZJOSEPH to establish first turn dominance, and maybe some sort of a Juno, or sorry, maybe some sort of a Dominic. We do see that Diana and Verd, interesting picks here. But I do like them. I do like the turn advantage that Verd's going to present. But I'm not quite sure about the Diana into a Juno.
Well, Diana is locked in. Molly getting swapped out instead of the Verti-heal for DRMZJOSEPH. MADREAMDY with one last pick after seeing those 2 units getting locked in.
I would like to see a Pontos here. The Pontos would pretty much win the game if allowed through, and I think Pontos would be a forced ban here. Of course, you could see Light Monkeys and Tianlangs. Those would be very good units here as well. And Isis would be an excellent pick. So many LDs units you could choose from, but I think Pontos would be a great pick. It would definitely be a forced ban, and something that DRMZJOSEPH would have to respect.
Wow, and Oliver's going to be the last pick here for MADREAMDY.
I don't like that Oliver last pick into an existing Carnal and into an existing Masha. The point of a last pick is to be banned, because when you finish off your first 5 picks, you've already accepted that you could ban the last pick. So the fact that the Oliver is not banned there means that that was a weak last pick, and I can't help but think if that was a Pontos, that would probably be banned here. Either way, we're going to see if DRMZJOSEPH is going to be able to proc a couple times on that Diana and snipe something out of MADREAMDY's.
We'll see what happens. Speed lead for both players, guys. We are in a round 3 match with MADREAMDY and DRMZJOSEPH with a very fast Juno kicking us off here in this match.
Yeah, I mean, MADREAMDY's Juno's absolutely very well ruined here. That Diana does move in front here. Let's see if he goes for it. Chooses not to, but stuns the Oliver.
Yeah, stun with an additional turn as well. Looking for another stun, not getting it here. Serious Matter is available. Could be going for a second skill.
Could be going for a second skill, but there is that Carnal, and that Carnal is very scary. Does get a massive proc though, so very lucky, but does not get the attack bar of the Carnal.
Yeah, no attack bar drop on the Carnal there. Shizuka able to get the value there, able to stun up DRMZJOSEPH's team. More additional damage coming through Juno onto Diana. Diana being the unit MADREAMDY wants to remove from this field.
Yeah, that Soul's Protect probably going to be going on that Chung-Pong to reset cooldowns a little bit here. There's going to be a lot of damage going on to this Diana. That Diana's a little bit squishy here. I would like to see a Diana a little tankier if it's drafted in this position here. So MADREAMDY is going to be tunneling this Diana and looking to take it out.
You want to take out this Diana as soon as possible. Now, we do have a second skill up here. And again, another violent proc with this Chung-Pong.
Wow, MADREAMDY procking over and over on this Chung-Pong here. Might want to change his name to MAPROCTY with all those procs that are going on. Those procs pretty much winning him the game right here.
Those are some massive procs on that Chung-Pong. Juno's going to have enough additional damage, drops that Diana. We've got that first skill coming out of the Connell here, looking to provoke the Oliver. Does land that provoke though.
Does land that provoke. There is still a lot of healing coming out from this Molly that MADREAMDY needs to get through. That Cardinal is very tanky, so that this game is not quite over, but that was such a massive advantage. And another proc from MAPROCTY on that Chung-Pong.
This Chung-Pong doesn't know how to stop here. We got defense break sitting on top of this more, and we have it on top of that Molly as well. We're going to see the additional damage pumping through on that water unit. Additional turn popping up for the Oliver. Oliver's looking at doing Oliver things here. There's that third skill. Drops the more. There's that second skill. Oh, with an additional turn coming out again.
So many procs on MADREAMDY's team here. It seems like every unit has 3 violence sets on it. I mean, this game is pretty much over if you're able to proc that off, and this Oliver, this Chung-Pong's going crazy. There's nothing DRMZJOSEPH can do about all of these procs.
No, oh my god, there's nothing you can do. There's Oliver getting the third skill and the second skill, hitting him again, finishing off units of the lonely Molly. There's literally is nothing you can do against that.
There is literally nothing you can do. MADREAMDY can just hit the auto button, let his procs do the work, because that's all it takes to win here.
MADREAMDY slamming it down, taking round 3 victory over DRMZJOSEPH.